Okay. Let me,
Welcome to lodging.
it's pretty exciting.
I'll be very quiet today. I'm just gonna listen, learn.
That means she's gonna get nominated for a leadership position.
Okay. Becky, thank you. I did receive your documents. I so appreciate that. We'll share those when we get to those, if that's okay.
Perfect, Carmen. Thank you. Sorry it is so late.
Oh, we had till April.
Okay.
That a signed contract is she talking?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to sign mine I need to sign ours tonight.
Yes, and I just need your budget for 2026 and goals. Which I think you kind of give those.
Yeah,
to us.
I have that and I can send it to you right now. I have it in yes.
Do you wanna just do a screen share?
Oh, yeah, that'd be
That'd be great.
awesome. Hi, Ann.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's okay.
We're just waiting for John Duncan.
We met, did we meet last? We did. We're
I was on the Zoom call.
Yes, nice to see you,
Nice to see you.
Anne. Kirsten?
Nice to see you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice to see you.
We're
too.
so happy.
Yay! I'm gonna sit here so not to crowd you,
You're all good.
but
I'm gonna change our video.
we're in Norwood today. I'm so glad we're here.
There we go. Oh, I think the other one's better. Even though it's our better.
It's
It looks like connect to the Wi-Fi. It's SMC public, right?
Yeah,
People are having trouble with it.
Oh, really?
Was Nick having trouble yesterday?
yep. So go ahead and forget it and then sign in again with SMC Public with the passcode.
Oh, okay.
Because it changed just a little bit. And I think that's what's throwing it off. If it won't. We're just waiting on John Duncan, so as soon as he gets on, we'll get started.
Hi, John, comma. You having trouble? Question mark?
I'm not getting online either.
You're not?
And you're not either, Kira?
No,
Oh, yeah.
I can use my hotspot
that's
if
what
I
I'll
need
do
to.
Do you want me to message Sean?
Call. Call Sean. So.
Thought we had it figured out, Carmen, didn't you?
I thought we were all set. I thought it was
Hey, Sean,
just,
how are you? Okay,
I
we,
think I'm gonna have to
Everybody
come in and
has
start
permission.
testing it.
nobody can connect to SMC Public. Carmen and Kira cannot get on and neither can Commissioner Brown.
Why can't I'm on Little Springs?
Well, Carmen got on Willow Springs, but SMC Public is.
Here's John
yeah.
Duncan.
Okay.
Mm. And Kara, maybe you'll just have to send that
Mhm.
to me and I can,
Nick Farco, yeah.
And you can,
I
yeah.
can share it.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Let me,
That's what Carmen just had Kira
Kyle
do.
Large, may have to just send you a link, hold on.
Hi, Duncan. Mr. John Duncan, how are you?
Carmen, nobody else in here is on SMC Public, right? Sean's gonna reboot the network or reboot that one.
No,
Okay,
I'm on Willow Springs.
oh, it'll also include, oh, so that's gonna kick everybody in the county. I. Tell you what, do you have a slide deck you could email Carmen?
Mhm.
She could-
Yeah.
Perfect, let's not do that. I think we'll,
Wanna crash the whole
yeah, we don't wanna. So,
county. Let me see it.
sounds good, thank you.
John, you should be able to, but let me send you a, there you go. Let me send you a little note here. Okay.
Oh, I can't get it to Dropbox, cause I'll.
That's
I'll compress this as a PDF. I just realized I just went into Dropbox, but I obviously can't get into Dropbox. That's.
Okay.
You wanna get on my hotspot, Kira?
You know what? I can actually get onto mine. Why don't I do that? Thank you, Anne. I'll do that. Let me.
John, were you able to unmute? Oh, awesome.
I think so now.
How was your trip?
Hello, it was great. I allowed myself to forget all my obligations back home, so sorry that I'm late rolling into this. But my trip was great. It's
Good.
that's good for the head, both coming and going, I have to say.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it's all about.
I'll jump on to Zoom here.
Okay. Okay. So, Mike, did you want to run this meeting or you want me to do the
happy
first
to.
couple?
Sure. Good afternoon, everybody. It is 1:08 PM on December 18th, 2025, and this is a call to order of the San Miguel Lodging Tax Board.
Wanna record it?
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, that'd help.
Well, I am just off today. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
1:08 PM on December 18th, 2025, and this is a call to order the San Miguel Lodging Tax Board. Present are members, Miss Strand. Kirsten Strand, which I forgot in the span of 30 seconds. Chris Bentler, John Duncan. With us are also representatives from the Norwood Chamber and Telluride Tourism Board, Commissioner Ann Brown and Carmen Warfield. And is there any changes to today's agenda that are being proposed? If you do not have the agenda, on the consent is the approval of the June 16th, 2025 minutes. That was our last regular meeting. And then there are several matters under administrative matters, including naming of a chair and vice chair, the contracts between the Norwood Chamber and Telluride Tourism Board and the Lodging Tax Panel. And then review of the first 2 quarters of 2025 revenue and collections with adjustments. Are there any suggested changes to the agenda? Hearing none.
Not for me.
Thank you. We will move forward, and first item is public comments on items not on the agenda. Are there any members of the public present that would care to make a public comment? Seeing none, we'll move on to number 6A, our consent agenda, which is the approval of the minutes from our June 16, 2025 meeting. Does anybody have any questions, or I guess Chris and Kirsten, have you received those minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, you weren't
Yes.
members then, so it's kind of a weird one. But John, would you wish to?
Yeah, I'd like to move that we approve the minutes. Do we have a
Okay.
second?
And for formality's sake, Kirsten or Chris, would you care to second that motion?
I'll second it.
Thank you. Okay, we'll go with Kirsten. She got you on that one, Chris. And is there any discussion, suggested changes or anything else for those minutes? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the consent agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Thank you. I will say that motion passes. Under administrative members, we are ecstatic to have Chris and Kirsten joining the lodging tax panel. And is there anything either of you'd like to say? I feel like you've had a couple occasions already to introduce yourself.
Nothing to add, just
Okay,
eager to learn and listen. See what's happening.
very good. Chris, anything to add? You can't recant.
No, I'm just here to kind of, can you hear me?
We can, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I'm just here to kind of observe and learn and see what I can do to help everybody out.
Excellent. Well, we really appreciate you being here. The first item is the appointment of a chair and vice chair. Obviously, when the chair is absent, the vice chair assumes the duties of the chair in running the meeting. I am only speaking right now because we don't have a chair or vice chair. And
You're doing a great job, Mike.
No. I think I'll just throw it out there. Unless anybody disagrees, I would suggest that we consider John, given his longevity and successful running of previous meetings, to assume the chairperson's seat. But open this up for discussion, and Chris or Kirsten, would either one of you consider being the vice chair?
Sure. Chris.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna have you guys arm wrestle for it.
Okay.
John, any thoughts, or you can't? I'm gonna mute you if you try and not allow you.
Nah, no problem. I'm happy to do it. I would nominate Kirsten as the vice chair because she's very familiar with this process, and Chris is just stepping into it. No offense whatsoever, and I don't think it really matters, but that's what I would suggest.
I agree.
Okay, so is there a motion to appoint John Duncan as the chair and Kirsten Strand as the vice chair for the remainder for today's meeting and then the rest of?
Sure. I move that I appoint myself as the chair and Kirsten as the vice chair for the remainder of this meeting and going forward.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Very good. The motion carries, and congratulations. So quickly. Okay, our next item on 7B is the consideration of the 2026 agreement between the San Miguel Lodging Tax Panel and the Norwood Chamber of Commerce. And so in the big picture, this is one of the statutory duties of this panel is to contract for marketing services using the funds that are collected, which are substantially from short-term rental and or overnight stays less than 30 days in the unincorporated county. And the statute does clarify that if there is an existing proven marketing agency in that area, that you it doesn't say shall, but you are strongly encouraged to contract with them. I know on occasion there have been questions of should we go out to bid, and I think the question becomes maybe if there are more than one proven marketing entity. And as of now, the commissioners entertain that question of whether or not to consider different uses for lodging tax funds, as was allowed by the new legislation that passed last year, and they chose not to pursue that. So we're kind of still under that statutory direction that we want to try and work with an existing proven marketing entity. Keeps our lives all pretty simple. So I'd like to perhaps turn it over, and actually, John, would you like, do you
Yeah.
have the agenda in front of you?
Do I have the agenda in front of me? Yes.
Beautiful. Would you like to take over chairing this meeting now that you are the
Sure,
person?
of course.
And I was
Of
gonna
course.
suggest perhaps that we go to Carrie and Becky. If they wish to comment on any items in that agreement.
Can you talk a little bit about the treasurer's taking a
Yeah.
administrative fee?
I guess my question
What
here is,
will change?
do we have a copy of the agreement or a draft of the 2026 version of this agreement as an addendum, as an attachment here for this agenda, Mike? Because I didn't see that.
I'm looking to Carmen because I am not with my computer.
So it's the same as we did last year, which we also require them to provide their goals and a budget for 2026. The one
Okay.
thing that is different in that agreement is that there is a possibility of an administrative fee by the treasurer. And I'll let Mike explain that a little bit more.
So, the San Miguel treasurer, last year sought some legal guidance on treasurer fees, and previously the county and our previous treasurer had taken the stance of funds that are collected on behalf of the county, we were not charging treasurer fees to. She has taken a more strict reading of statutes, and it is her discretion based on her interpretation of statute that she can charge a treasurer fee whenever she collects funds. And she has included all county funds as well. So we are collecting fees on our general fund, road and bridge fund, public health fund, and the others. So that is the only change in this contract, is that it does previously that, I believe, is it a 3% or 2% on this one?
I believe it's 3.
3% is what I was recalling. Treasurer fee will be collected and kept by the county treasurer.
Okay.
We have had several discussions with her about our preference of not collecting a fee on funds that are from the county. And she has confirmed that that is not, she acknowledges our request but denies it. So
So are those fees, in addition, so we got the lodging tax
Yes.
revenues that
Yeah.
come in.
yes,
And so is she taking 3% of
Correct.
those revenues that come in?
correct.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
And weren't we previously transferring any fees she collected to the general fund?
I mean, they go to her revenue line item, and that is a general fund.
Okay,
So
and then do we have the opportunity to refund them?
we could consider refunding them back to the entity. And so that may be a future item of discussion.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
And John, I do,
Yeah.
sorry, John, I do have the Norwood Chamber contract too. But I did put up that goals and objectives if Becky wanted to talk a little bit about it, and I also have their budget too.
Okay. 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 Well, I think as I read this agenda item, the point is to review the fundamentals of our contract just at a base level between these entities. Is that right, or should we dive deeper into like the budget and that kind of thing here? Because it seems to me like that's sort of a second level of influence on our part. And the first level, the first question is just, are we going to continue to work together, and what's the premise of that? And I see the treasurer's fee as being a question mark in that. And I guess my question is like, to what extent should we continue to try to diplomatically influence that, or is it, or maybe it's one of those is what it is situations? What's your take on that, Mike?
I think if this panel feels that they want to request the county to reimburse the treasurer fees back to the two entities whom we are contracted with, you're absolutely able to request that, and that would be a question to then the county commissioners, because it wouldn't come out of necessarily the same bucket, but
Yeah.
in a line item sense, but in a bigger sense, it's funds that are being transferred to the general fund and then would be taken from the general fund and given back to our two contracted entities.
I mean, do you think an administrative fee is appropriate here?
I think you could make the argument that there is some effort involved in collecting those fees, but
Yeah.
I think
Is this the first time they would have collected the fee, the treasurer's office?
yes, for this one. We collect them for all outside entities.
Yeah,
And now they're applied to everything.
so previously we did not, you already said this.
Previously, all the funds were directly given, so this is a 3% haircut off of what they had been receiving.
And it applies to other realms of collections as well?
Every fund, every local government for whom we collect funds for, the fire districts, school districts, special.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Well, we're not very, we're I don't think we're going to have much leverage in this.
I actually think you may.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I don't think, as I'm sitting here looking at one commissioner, who happens to be a chair,
For a few more days.
oh, yeah, okay, so we
Yeah, it
can
does.
get this in front of Ray Sapp. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
I do think it's at least worth the request to the commissioners, if you feel that way, and I see Becky nodding her head, and I see
Okay.
Kirsten nodding her head, so if you would like to, I would entertain a motion related to, I don't want to necessarily, I want to get back to this agenda item, but if the panel members, Chris, John, and or Kirsten would like to make a motion to request to the county commissioners that they reimburse the lodging tax panel and its two subcontracted entities to receive the treasurer's fees that are collected by the county treasurer as reimbursement. You could just say so moved.
Say what, so moved.
So,
Kirsten, what's your feeling on this?
or you could have a discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying that's that's a long one to.
So that's why I said the motion, so you could,
Page 3% the standard
Yes.
across all of those.
yes.
May I ask my friend Kirsten what her feeling is on this?
You may.
Yeah, I think that 3% sounds high personally, and I think we should at least look into asking the county commissioners if it's a possibility.
Okay. Okay.
What we're looking at.
Okay. And so how do we, Mike, can you coach me on how we make that request to the commissioners?
You would make a motion, and similar to the one I suggested, and actually, maybe before we talk about the motion itself, I'd love to hear if Chris has any other commentary.
Yeah, I agree with the group. I mean, if they've never collected this before, this is the first time they're doing it, I agree 3%'s a lot, especially with these entities kind of having a limited amount to do what they need to do to begin with. To take that away, 3% off the top of that would be kind of rough.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. And so if we move to approach the commissioners to make an exemption for us, then what do we do? Do we go make a presentation to the county commissioners at the commissioners meeting, or do we write a letter, or what do we do from there, Mike?
So you would make a motion and then you could, I would say an email to me. Would
Okay.
be appropriate, requesting that the commissioners consider it at a upcoming regular meeting to reimburse the lodging tax panel those admin fees.
And then there
Okay.
we would,
And we would have a meeting likely on January 7th or 14th or 21st. And the commissioners, I might ask you as our chair or Kirsten as vice chair to just jump on the meeting.
Yeah, I think in the interest of doing things the right way, this is a good idea. We should at least ask county to explain their budget for the use of that 3%, why it's necessary and ultimately beneficial to our cause here. And if none of that's clear, then we should simply advocate for our corner of the budget world here and say, no, leave all the money in our pot. And with that in mind, I'd like to move that we appeal to the county commissioners to make an exemption for the 3% treasurer's fees coming out of the lodging tax pool here. Do we have a second?
I have second the motion.
Okay,
Okay, great. All in favor, say aye.
I,
Aye.
very good.
And Kirsten, are you any opposed? Okay, great. I will write an email to uh, with editing oversight from my friends at Chat GPT and also my friend Mike Ordonia to get this right. Because once again find myself speaking about things of which I do not know. But I will put the suggested email together here to you, Mike, and you can tell me if we got it right. I understand what we're talking about here. And then we'll go from there. Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you. Okay, so now back on to item 7A, and I believe we're gonna hear the goals and budget from the Norwood Chamber. Is that where you were heading with this, John? Okay,
Getting there. There we go.
there we go.
That looks perfect, Carmen. Yep,
We'll
so
make
we,
Just
we,
a little bigger,
just a little bigger.
just little.
Maybe too, you could move those pictures over to the right like we did yesterday. All those attendee
Perfect.
pictures, that gave us a little more room.
Let's
Think
see.
there- that's it, isn't it?
Immersion.
Side by side multi-speaker, maybe?
There we go. And there we go. Is that good, Becky?
Yep, that looks good.
Okay, I'll just scroll down.
Perfect. Thank you. Yep. First off, I want to thank Carrie, our secretary for the Norwood Chamber, for putting this together. She did a phenomenal job, especially where she's working for the Lone Cone Library right now. She had really nailed down what our mission is. As you could see, that is an update compared to what we've had in the past, along with the vision, the core values, the focus, and everything on down there. A lot of it has to do with items or goals in the past that we have had before, the hurdles. We just kind of pinpointed it a little bit more with describing the dates that we need or the timelines and the percent of overall of what we're going to be, how we're going to proceed with the funds and stuff going forward, and just a chamber as a whole. So big thing down on the bottom that I wanted to point out, of course, everybody knows that we collaborate with our community, the West End. Telluride if we can. We like to post things. But the big hurdles is still the cell phone access. We do have another tower in Redville. The tower's up, but the antenna portion of it is not. And that should be coming. So hopefully, AT&T won't be the only, or maybe we'll just have stronger signal. But still the lodging, Airbnb, and rental properties, the enforcement of all of that, we know there's more Airbnbs in our area, in our county, and we still can't nail those down. So I've heard from a few people in our community that they don't pay. They have an Airbnb, but they don't pay lodging taxes to the county. So I need, I guess, from you guys to see if you can give me direction on what steps the chamber needs to take so we can help get additional funds that needs to be coming to our to San Miguel County for sure. So any suggestions or help we can get there would be awesome, providing, the chamber can step in and do some boots on the ground work down here. So
Yeah.
does anybody have any questions on the goals and our mission?
Becky, I did check with planning
Mm,
and
mhm.
unfortunately, we're not getting that information to planning either, that they have to be reviewed.
Okay,
Might want to try an avenue of going through the assessor.
okay,
Um, I'm not, the exemption value has raised quite a bit, so it's not going to be a perfect up to date, but we can try that too.
okay.
Yeah, people just are doing it.
Yeah, and my understanding with those that are following all the rules as far as the Airbnb and other lodging, you can't get on certain websites unless you do state what county you're from and pay taxes. So I don't know where the other ones are advertising, I guess. So kind of a little bit of loss. I need to dive deeper down here with the few that I talked to and see where they're going, what they're using.
May I jump in
rabbit
and
hole.
ask, what are our enforcement mechanisms for, suppose we cross-examine
It's a
a
good.
spreadsheet of current license holders, start with business license holders, against the results of searches on Airbnb and VRBO. Just start with that, right? It's going to be a finite number. I mean, I bet you somebody, you know, someone using those two platforms could make a finite list of all the results, and I mean, Google the results, you'll be
Mhm.
able to write them all down in half an hour or less, and cross-examine that with business license holders. Okay, so we find there are 8 or 10 Airbnbs out there that aren't private properties that are using these listings, and are therefore for sure commercial entities, because no one would do that casually. If you're those are serious organizations as well. And pardon my phone ringing in the background, guys. Um, um,
So if you do that, or if we are notified of somebody that is advertising a short-term rental that is not registered with the county, we don't have a license, it's a
yeah.
registration. Planning pursues them to notify them of their violation, and that, they have a specific time frame to get licensure and or start not licensure, to get registered and get their sales and lodging tax. If we believe, like, sorry, Airbnb does require proof of all that, as well as they're pretty good if it's actually through Airbnb and or VRBO as far as remitting the sales and lodging taxes.
Mhm.
If we ever are concerned that somebody is listed with them but is not paying the fees, we can ask, I forget, is it Department of Treasury or the Department of Revenue at the state? I think it's Department of Revenue, to do an audit, because they will not provide us direct information about people's sales and lodging tax amounts.
Right.
But they will do an audit, and I had done that in a previous county I worked at, and we found that there were some that were not remitting. But to your question, John, we're a complaint-based organization for enforcement. So if you suspect somebody is doing a short-term rental, may not be, you can always call and ask, do they have a registration planning department?
Mhm.
We can check our list and say yes or no. If they do not, then we will, if we have their address, we will reach out to them.
That sounds great.
I think that's a good start. And
Mhm.
then the question would be, what if they continue to be non-compliant and we don't need to go there now? I think the first thing is just trying to identify and contact the, you know, call people out and motivate them pretty highly.
Where we have found on rare occasions somebody advertising on Airbnb, Airbnb, we've notified them and they will immediately take the listing down.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So that's powerful.
Yeah.
Powerful. That's good. That's good. And listen, I think just addressing these underlying infrastructure and the issues concerning, for example, the cell phone tower, that's a big deal. And I think it's one of the things I raised in the very first meeting around here. If it is the objective of the Norwood area to develop more commerce in the standard tourism mold around here, then we need to make sure that the infrastructure is in place to support it. And
Yep.
without good cell phone connectivity, we're not going to get very far if we're trying to do things like book hotel rooms, and guide services and promote retail and that kind of thing. I mean, that is truly fundamental. So that's great. I'm really glad to hear that. I think that's a big deal, actually. And now re-examining our base of commercial lodging to make sure we're collecting the fees to support all this. Yeah, that's addressing both ends of the algorithm here. So that's great. I'm glad to see these written down here.
Good. Yep, that was, if you guys want to review, and again, I'm sorry that I got it turned in late today, but once you review, if you have any questions at any time, feel free to shoot an email or bring it up at next meeting.
Sure.
The budget's pretty self-explanatory when you get to it as well, of course. And the lodging tax agreement, we did go ahead and sign it with the additional fee that was in there, but I can definitely say I agree the 3% is high. And the 3% will affect our overall in a huge way, as it will with Tellurides as well. So if you could be an advocate for us to get reimbursement or something on that'd be
Thanks for
awesome.
saying so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Hey, I want to ask one more question about your priorities on the list here. I agree, an RV park would be great
Oh, wouldn't it
for the
though?
West End there. Or that's written down on here? Is this something that the Norwood Chamber is trying to exert influence on? With where does it go from here to the P? Are you working on this at the P and Z level, or is this something that was? I mean, I love that idea, and again, it's like, I know it's something that I brought up in most of these meetings. What's our lodging base? What's our lodging base?
Right.
Are we
Right.
trying to get people to come and stay in town? People who stay in town, spend all kinds of spin-off money. People who simply drive through or visit only on a day basis spend much less money. So
Right.
where are we in the development of that priority?
So with the RV park, the reason why it's in there is, as San Miguel County Commissioners are aware of, along with the planning, Demian Brooks, outside of town, going towards Norwood Hill, he owns some property out there, which he, I think he's into maybe his second year of trying to build that up as an RV park, but he's kind of running into a little bit of issues with having as many spaces as he would like in the RV park. The expense of doing leach fields or, the cement
Sure.
boxes for those are astronomical. So I think that's where he's kind of at a standstill right now. He hasn't given up by any means, but I think he's just trying to get some funds collected to do that. But he's wanting to put an RV park in San
Get some
Miguel
funds
County.
collected for that, like to gather some investors, or
Good question. Yeah.
I mean, is there any consideration of a county or town subsidy for that at any level? or tax incentive or any way to help that along? It seems to me that that might be a
There,
real
there are tax
insult for the whole
incentives
West End.
available through the enhanced enterprise zone that Norwood and Wrights Mesa area is in.
Mhm.
But to my knowledge, the county has never been I'm sorry.
Approached.
the question of the subsidy.
Sure.
John, I don't know if you and the others know that it has been approved as an RV park by
Yes.
the county. So he's got all the permits from the count, or not permits, but he has the zoning, I guess,
Mhm.
that he
Good.
needs for that.
Good.
So that, yeah.
Great. Well, I
Becky,
just
sorry.
hope that all the information that pertains, that could help him, like if there's a resource that's available to Damien, I hope that the appropriate entities would, sometimes entrepreneurs and property owners don't know what's out there, and don't know what they could take advantage of,
Right.
to make a business model, as efficient and as
Becky,
feasible as possible.
have you discussed the idea of the enterprise zone funding with Damien?
I have not. As soon as it was mentioned, I knew about that. So,
That's cool. That's awesome. I'm really glad to hear it.
Mike
Yeah,
just said that would
I
be
think
through
that's
Region
exciting.
10.
yeah, through Region 10. I'll go ahead and reach out to Demian and ask him if he has heard about that. So thank you guys. I appreciate the
Marvelous.
additional information and reminder.
That's great. Thank you, Becky.
You bet.
Great. Thanks.
And John, what we can postpone this agreement and just get it signed by April 1st of 2026. So if we wanted to postpone this agreement, I can send this information to everyone and we can vote on it for the next meeting.
Would that be appropriate given the fact that we're going to appeal for
Yeah.
ducking under the 3%?
Okay.
The 3% fee? Would that be an appropriate thing to do here for this?
It,
Postpone the signing of the agreement?
With, wait, or you could approve it, and then if the county, approves the request, you could amend the budget at the end of next year to reflect the increased amount.
Get her done.
Okay, as long as that doesn't, I don't think we're gonna have, as I said, I don't think we have a lot of leverage. I think that, what we have is the argument that we're gonna make better use of that 3%. That we can make really good use of that 3%. So that amount matters a lot to us. We hate to see money disappear into the general fund. Not that I doubt San Diego County's efficiency or the other priorities that benefit us all, but this is a logical tax panel, so we like to keep our money.
Yep.
So I guess I would move that we approve the contract for this year. I'd say let's get this done, but then we'll follow up an appeal for the 3% exception, the exception to the 3% fee. So that is my motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All opposed? Sounds like no one is. You guys are good with that? Then approved.
and I'll make sure you get copies of all the paperwork or all the agreements today too, so you can review them.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, next up is item 7C. And Kira Skinner is here with us with a beautiful slideshow.
I love the county photos because I get to do the Wilson, picturesque shot. So anyway, just wanted to start by saying thanks so much to San Miguel County for the partnership. And we look forward to continuing to work with you on these initiatives that we've worked on in 2025 and 2026. So I'll be reviewing our 2025 initiatives, which will be the same proposed for 2026. And those include, sorry, actually I have budget first, but the initiatives include our visitor center, guest services, Telluride.com, the destination's website, central reservations, professional lodging metrics and visitor metrics, communications and collateral development, visitor guide development, and public relations management. I did include international in 2025 because we did receive a grant from the Colorado Tourism Office, and so that really applies to all of our partners in terms of our international efforts. So I did include just information in that, but going back to the budget, we for 2025 budgeted San Miguel County coming in at $60,000, and we are going to close out above that. I think in the $90,000. We still obviously don't have, I don't think that we don't have Q4 obviously, and I think Q3 is coming in.
Yes,
Okay.
and unfortunately Ramona has been swamped with mill levy and budget and everything at the end of the year. So I think we'll be able to kind of touch base with her in January and get those processed.
Great. Wonderful, thanks. So we are tracking ahead of that 60,000. So when I show you our 2026 budget, it is higher just because we took the last few years and forecasted that we come in at about 95,000.
Mhm.
With that 3%, I know that could go either way. But we felt confident in that number. And I also just wanted to mention that, as you all know, we run the destination marketing for the area. And that isn't included in our initiatives just because Town of Mountain Village and Town of Telluride contribute to that initiative. They both contribute to that destination marketing initiative. So in terms of the county funds, we apply those to all of our other initiatives that are also included in our plans and goals and objectives with the Town of Telluride and Town of Mountain Village as well.
So are you projecting even lodging tax from 26 to 25 or 25 to 26 or up or down or?
I think in terms of when I talk to the towns for their forecasting, I would say about flat to 2% down. We would be looking at, so. And it's hard to predict, especially now with so many different uncertainties going on, not only nationally, but internationally and in our community now. So, it's going to be really hard to tell what happened, that could change at any moment. So, yeah. A few months back when we were forecasting, I think, we were saying flat to down. are you all looking at that too?
Yeah.
Or bearish? Yeah.
Where do we go with sales tax?
3% down in sales tax, same as Town of Telluride, Mountain Village.
So just to run through these really quickly, I want to make sure I respect everyone's time here. Just our initiatives, I have some slides for each one. So visitor center, guest services. As you all know, we run the visitor center. That's right across the street. We actually saw an increase in visitors in 2025. Our phone calls have gone down, but our chats have gone up, which makes sense. We had an open house for Noel night. We also run the Montrose Regional Airport Guest Services Program with Colorado Flights Alliance. So we staff that area to ensure that visitors have, the best, arrival experience possible when they get here. And Telluride.com, so this is the official website of the destination, and this is where all of our this is the call to action for all of our destination marketing efforts. So we average about 1 million users a year, and then we also offer one-stop shopping for people booking. They can book lodging, they can book shuttles, as well as experiences. And central reservations, over the years, Cody Crow joined our team a few years back, about 1.5 years ago. And he really hit the ground running and has done a great job really growing our central reservations offerings and, revenues, bookings. So as you can see, we have grown, we've got a 9% increase in revenue over the past year, and that's everything. That includes shuttles, and activities, and then lodging, we've increased by 8%. He did note here, we had a Telluride Express outage that did impact some numbers last winter. We lost about 98,000 bookings from that. So.
Wow.
Hmm.
In addition, Cody also, and John's familiar with this, has introduced gear and rentals to our website and for our agents to book. So we're working with outfitters throughout the area, and we're booking them again, adding to that one-stop shop for Telluride Central reservations, and really trying to help our businesses grow by promoting them and booking all that they have to offer. So they are giving us commissions as well. So it's a nice supplement to our budget there.
Yeah, and I just want to say, just speaking, pardon me, from our point of view, that I really like that. You guys have been flexible with us in how we set up the analytics and the visitors. The board is allowing us to audit confirmed transactions with cookies tracing back to Telluride.com, and it's working, and it's super cool. It's been really revealing to me. The amount of traffic it's interesting. Well, first of all, it's significant. And so that's good for us. It's good for our business, but it's also good that, I'm sure that all along we've been receiving a meaningful number of referrals through Telluride.com, but now it's being tracked correctly.
Yeah.
So it helps us understand the priorities on developing our presence on Telluride.com. And it's also just correctly aligned financially. Like, we should be paying a commission for referred sales. And we are. So I feel like there's skin in the game on both sides. And it's a good little working relationship. And I think that every appropriate vendor in town would really benefit from working with Telluride.com this way. It's flat out working for us, and it's actually been pretty insightful.
Yeah, well, thanks, John, and we really appreciate your partnership. And it really it does add, as it does with the lodgers, to a marketing arm, right? So
Yeah,
that,
yeah, right.
it's an extension of your marketing and sales team, especially with all
Sure.
of that destination marketing coming to Telluride.com. So
Yeah, right. Absolutely. I think it's correctly aligned. And I just want to say that because I think that's a model that could be replicated as often as possible throughout our town here for the most functional relationship and the most meaningful relationship, a financial one, between our tourism board and the businesses that the tourism board is representing and trying to advocate for.
well, thanks, John, and I'll pass that along to Cody because he did all the heavy lifting on this. He did a really good
Yeah, I don't tell him often enough myself, but yeah, no, he's a pro, and there's really good accountability there, and it's correctly structured.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, he really grew. We didn't know what to budget for this when he first started it, and now we just see it growing. So yeah, well, thank you.
Good.
We also have our professional lodging metrics. So you see these. We work with Key Data, which is a lodging metrics platform, and a lot of the properties that we work with have an API that that integrates with Key Data. So we see real-time data, which is great, and we can look back and we can also forecast that. So we include these metrics in our weekly peak sheet that goes out along with an analysis. And then this is also on our economic dashboard that I'll mention in a minute. And we're really available, I get lots of calls and emails for lodging metrics, and we're always available to answer specific questions there. And that brings us to consumer analytics. So our economic dashboard we launched last year, and it's definitely, there's a lot to it, but we pull this information. My contact at Tourism Economics, I have a new contact now who's amazing. And she really orchestrates all the data because we're pulling it from everywhere. JD is sending over gondola metrics, and because we've gone with a lot of ridership, we have our lodging metrics, we have air, just a lot of different, you know, tax revenues, components, things like that. And then we have more national trends as well. So it is a really nice way to give people a snapshot of how the area is performing economically.
Sorry, Kira, is that on Telluride.com or some, you access it through the
is.
peak sheet?
Yeah, so you
Mhm.
can, so Telluride.com/economic dashboard.
Is there a
should get you
link
there.
or is it, I'm just wondering if it's available to the public.
Yes, it is.
Interesting.
Yeah, Telluride.com/economic dashboard should bring you to that page. And so now we still have October up, because we replenish the data usually by like the 20th of the following month, just because there is so much that we're collecting. So yeah, so it's useful for people, I think, in terms of, you know, people for their plans and their forecasting. We also work with Visa, and then a consumer analytics platform called Datafy that we pull visitor metrics from. Then communications collateral, I think you're all familiar with the things that we produce. We have, and this is really destination stewardship focused, where we do a paid social campaign in the summertime, really focused on responsible tourism. We launched our 2026 calendar over Film Festival. The proceeds to the calendar sales or from calendar sales go to the Mountain Club's Option for Trails program.
Nice.
And then we do publish how to visit right messaging in our both winter and summer visitor guides. We also have this billboard ad up at the Montrose Airport, really just, you know, ensuring that our guests respect our beautiful destination when they come to visit. And then we also assist our businesses and events by promoting through, we have a kiosk poster down, there was one in Oaks Park, but that got removed, down by the gondola station. We have the peak sheet, and then this is just an example of promoting our holiday events in the area. We did that through an ad in the Planet, as well as banner and visitor center. And then we have our visitor guide as well. And this was on stands on Thanksgiving week, so on time. And then for summer, it is on stands by Memorial Day weekend before Mountain Film Festival. And then, as I mentioned previously, we received a grant from the Colorado Tourism Office, a marketing matching grant that we used for a mission and marketing campaign in Mexico. So Mexico is one of our target international markets, and we typically go with the CTO on these missions. So this was the first exclusive Telluride Mountain Village mission that has been done in a long, long time. The ski resort used to lead these, but we did have 5 lodging partners join us, which was a huge success, and we had some really Auberge being one of them. And it was really successful. You know, we had some, we worked with travel trade, tour operators, trainings, presentations. We also had a VIP event at the end of the 2-day period. So we already, you know, right after the mission, I know Mountain Lodge received bookings like immediately following.
Leads as well.
You have too,
Wow.
yeah. So it's really nice to see all that work, you know, to see a positive ROI come out of that. So we hope to continue this outside of the grant. This is just a video, but I spent so much time on that. And then with that mission, we also use those dollars for a digital and print campaign in Mexico. So we were in food and wine, print there. And then we also have some digital pieces in food and wine as well. And then Hot Book is another high-end publication. And these are some examples of some Instagram stories. So these are just a few. We are also in other top tier publications. And then just public relations management is another part of what we offer. So 2026, I just included our mission here. The Telluride Tourism Board's mission is to market and maintain the quality of the Telluride region experience for both the benefit of the visitor and the economic sustainability of the community. And again, our initiatives for 2026 will remain the same as they were in 2025. And then as I mentioned, our budget, I did bump that up to 95,000 just based on the previous funds coming in over the past couple of years. And then this is just a real, this is available on our website as well, so just really a summarized view of our income as well as expenses for the tourism board. And I'm happy to dive in if anybody has questions. Time is it? It's 2:00. I do have lodging metrics for winter if anybody's interested in seeing those.
I am.
Okay.
You have another minute?
Okay, absolutely. So destination for winter, we are currently down 4% in total occupancy, down 7% in paid occupancy. Mountain Village is pacing 4% down in total, and Telluride's currently pacing 6% down in total. And then this is the monthly. So, and this is total occupancy, paid and owner. December, we're definitely losing some traction. You know, earlier, a few months back, we were pacing ahead, and then we dropped off a little bit. I think the lack of snow and delayed opening really contributed to that. And then, you know, as things progress here, we can, I'm sure, you know, understand why we may see some further slides and bookings here. So December is currently down 8%, January down 4%. We were actually, you know, a month or two back looking okay in January because I think Florida Ski Council was coming then. So it bumped us up a little bit. February is the strongest at 44% currently. I think we were flat or down 1% last week, and now we're down 3%. And then March, we've been over the past month, we've been down for March. And you know, we're currently behind 4%, which is actually better than we were a few weeks back. April, we're tracking far ahead, but that's really just due to timing of Easter, Semana Santa. I like to say 5 points instead of 35%, because those numbers are small, and it's really just through that first week of April. So we will continue to monitor and let everybody know, you know, how we're doing. I think hopefully by Monday of next week, we'll know what's happening. I think, you know, regarding the potential patrol strike, the union and the ski resort are having a meeting on Saturday. Let's see, so. Oh, and then this is the holiday period. So, you know, this has changed a bit too. At my board meeting a few weeks ago, I shared the spaghetti graph and it alternated more. And now we're seeing, you know, a split. You know, we are seeing there's really just that first day we were pacing ahead. The blue line is the current year and the red line is last season. But now we're seeing that we are tracking down on most of those holiday days this time. And that's all. On that note, thank you so much. We just really appreciate your partnership and support.
Thanks, Kira.
Yeah.
So, okay, thanks as always. You know, this is some of the most important data that comes out of this meeting from the standpoint of, you know, from my standpoint, my participation in all this, I really appreciate being provided with this type of information, even though it only sort of, I think it's a more direct benefit to me as a business owner than it is to me as a participant in this lodging tax panel. So thank you for that. I appreciate it very much. Let's see here. So on our agenda, though, we also need to consider the agreement between the lodging tax panel and Telluride Tourism Board. Like we need to.
That is correct.
Right. So we need to, and I would suggest that I'm going to move that we treat it the same way. I suggest that we approve the contract And that we come back around to request our 3% back if the county will consider that. Am I missing anything there, or if not, then I'll go ahead and move that we go ahead and approve this contract for 2026 now. Do we have a second?
I second
I
the
can say,
motion.
Okay, great. All in favor?
Third time.
Aye.
right,
All opposed? Okay, great. Thank you. And thanks for Kira for, in consideration of that, reviewing the ways in which we work together, what is funded, what the tourism board does on behalf of San Miguel County.
Thank you.
It's a good basis for this. So next up, we have a review of the first 2 quarters of 2025 for revenue collections and adjustments. Mike, do you have that for us?
I do not.
All right, cool.
Was this
Well,
left over
that's
from
gonna cause
an
us to
old
be
meeting?
more on time in
Is that
getting to
it?
point 8, the
Back
2
in.
p.m. adjournment.
Oh, just one moment. Let's make sure, see what happened to this agenda item. So I don't remember that I was doing this with the last one, so.
It's all right. It's nothing that can't wait.
Well, and I
Share
don't
it
think
around.
anything has changed since November,
Okay.
when we met last to kind of look at.
Sure.
Probably the next meeting, I would suspect we'll have at least the third and any adjustments we can review at that time.
Sure. I mean, that's a good thing for us to keep our eyeballs on in the rearview mirror to make sure that we understand, because the numbers adjust over time as the actual collections come in. And so,
Yeah.
okay, well, then we should move on to the last point, which is scheduling our next meeting. Approximately when should we meet? Mike, when should we meet?
Next quarter?
Next quarter. So it
So
would be,
February or March?
okay.
Early
For
March?
me, the month of March is much better than the month of February. At least I think it is. Could we propose a date in March? How does that look for Chris and Kira? Is there any
Yeah.
week that
if
doesn't
it's
work?
this time of day, if it's always at 1 o'clock, I'm fine. Anytime you want to
Okay.
do it.
Sure. How about day of the week? How about a calendar? I can find a
How
calendar.
about March 19th? It's a Thursday at 1. Does that work for folks?
Yep, for me.
It works for me. Okay,
Yep,
so I move that we schedule this meeting for March 19th at 1 o'clock. Second?
I don't think you need a second or motion
Oh,
second
great.
on that. It's not a policy.
Okay, that's what it will be.
Excellent. Thank you. And now for the most important part of the meeting.
Yes, exactly. No, thanks. Thanks everybody. And Chris and Kirsten, thanks for joining the team for the long run
Yeah.
here.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I move that we adjourn the meeting.
Very good.
Thank you,
Do we have a-
John. Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, everybody.
Chris,
Okay,
I'm
thanks,
gonna
everybody.
try to schedule, we'll be in Norwood in March at the Sheriff's Annex, so I'll work on getting that reserved and let you know, and Carrie too, and Becky.
All right, perfect.
Excellent.
Awesome. Thank you.
All
Oh, great.
right.
Thanks,